Alrighty, welcome as we start our merry way into the insanity. We did things with bastions and talked a little about where everybody had theirs as we begin to make what they are in your own little piece here within the ruins of Draconia. And with that, I know we have to hear from Orion on what his. So, tell everyone kind of. We'll do this kind of as you're showing everybody your thing here. What's that look like?
My bastion for Orion is actually a little different than what I think some might expect. It's actually going to be, it will be in Draconia, but it's only going to be a single facility, which it's going to be a sanctuary. My overall plan is to have a large area with a small offside for one kobold or whoever the caretaker is, and then to have like another small area off to the side, which is like a storage area. And it will give tribute to Draconia by having like some dragon statues and different areas, probably from a previous either church or courtyard. And then I wanted to work with Whisper about helping with their knowledge of what I've seen of an archfey or some sort of fey who may be my patron, in creating some sort of emblem or doll to represent the area. And with a little help from Alark, I came up with a fun little name of it being called Respawn. And the majority of the point of this is it's actually inspired by what we're doing here, but also from what we've dealt with. And since Orion is getting more of a religious background and starting to feel more connected now to their patron, and seeing what happened once already to Whisper and losing her party, and the same for us when we lost Tristan, is to develop a place where people who either lose their party, they end up on hard times in the area, they have a place they can try to fall back to. And it is supposed to be a sanctuary for all adventurers. It's a safe home place, no fighting amongst the adventurers, and it will be, the big thing too is it's kind of like a regrouping for adventurer parties, whether one party didn't make it all out and they find another group and they want to combine to either all escape together or continue delving. Either way. And then my other fun part of it is the storage area is going to be a like a leave a penny, take a penny, but instead with supplies. So if you go there, you seek refuge, and you need help, it's asked that like you'll leave something behind: a coil of rope, a grappling hook, some candles, lamp oil, something like that. And vice versa, if you're on your way out or need help and there's an item in there that will help you, you can take that item as well. And then the one thing I wanted to try to work with, and I talked to you, Matt, about this, was having like a guardian, one of the mechanical guardians, but I wanted to almost have it draconic shaped. And I had joked that he would maybe like need to be cranked or powered up every day by the little kobold who comes out and maybe like turns his little gear and keeps him running so that he can go another day. But his whole idea is
hamster in it that just goes like.
and the idea is it's kind of like again, the adventurers, anyone that goes here, it's a peaceful area. Everyone is supposed to respect that. And the second you break that, regardless of who started it, the mechanical construct steps in and it throws them out, so that everyone that's in there has a chance to heal, rest, or try to be at peace while deep in the dungeon.
You built Switzerland.
A little bit.
Or the hotel from John Wick.
That's actually, That's what I told Matt. I dived recently down the whole rabbit hole of John Wick rewatching all those, and that's the kind of idea is
We had so
the
many gold
kobold,
coins.
and there you go. But yeah, it's a very basic. It's one large area, clean water, a place that you can make a campfire, and then because the kobold has to take care of everything, they have a little room, tiny room for themselves with a bookcase and ways to keep track of it all, and the other is just a storage area, and that's what it is.
Very nice. I like it. And then, so remind me of everyone's, because so a few weeks have gone by at this point, like kind of like if we're talking this way, and so you're functioning. So there's a safe place of where Orion's now is functioning for adventurers, and rumors have gone out and all those things about it. Then Calder, you're doing yours like you took your time and built a whole thing out in the outside, right?
Correct. I believe mine is the only one that's actually back with the league. Yep. And it was because of what it was, like the adventurers needing, supplies at a more reasonable price, and the fact that I could make so much with my my plant growth enrichment, basically doubling everything that I got. So it's a mixture of healing potions for us, but then also healers kits and rations that I sell to the adventurers.
Nice. Then would please remind me of what yours was, so I can just get that in my brain.
It was a food garden and an herb garden, and so I can either get with the normal things, but you had mentioned that it could double up because of the plant growth, was 100 rations for a 7-day harvest, and either 10 healers kits and one healing potion for the herb, and so that got doubled up because of the plant growth.
Nice. Those are going out. And then Whisper.
So Whisper has the storehouse and the workshop. And the workshop has... I did a Bastion sheet. I just need to grab it really quick. Because I chose what tools or what kits are there. But basically she's making just basically adventure supplies at this point. That they can either take up and try and sell, or just a stock when and if Draconia rises, she'll have a shop.
Nice.
It's called Whispers, Whatnots, and Whimsies. And it's got the carpenter tools, leatherworkers tools, tinkerers tools, weavers tools, woodcarvers tools, and glassblowers tools.
And this is just run as like a prep to save people. So you might sell things to the ones that Calder or so that Orion kind of comes in, brings people in for it. So this is kind of going that you are that as these weeks, and we might even elongate this, but it might be 2-3 months. People are coming in here, and they are getting things, and it's becoming a little bit more of a place here. Say like, what about Alarix?
Alaric has a storeroom and a library. The storeroom is basically for the kobolds going out and collecting things that odds and ends that might be of interest, and any books that they find are put into the library, or any books that we come across in our adventuring could be put in the library, and then hopefully from that we can do research.
Very cool. Then Molly, Celicus.
Celicus has set up an armory and a barracks off from a ruined courtyard, and he has 2 hirelings, not hirelings, but Bastion defenders. One of whom is named Tim Tam. He likes taking stuff apart and has a distinct dislike of anything avian. Mostly because they like to poop on his stuff. And then there's Beryl. They like rocks and books and have a keen dislike of spiders.
Nice.
And I do not have enough money to arm the armory. That would require well, I can arm the I could arm the armory, but then I don't have enough to arm both of either defender, because it's 100 to fill the armory and then it's an additional 100 for each defender. So I'd need 300 total. So, but I'm hoping, depending on what we have gotten out of these chests, that might change. Who knows? We don't know what's in them yet.
Indeed. And then Sage, please refresh us.
Well, ours has created he has a white marble building with lots of, I would say, sort of like Greco-Roman architecture, I would say, and using dark wooden doors and some angelic embellishings. It is mostly private. It's not like a shop or an armory or anywhere that people are expected to come and go from for your money. It seems to be a little bit more of a private sanctuary, somewhere you can get away. There's a parlor, though, for if there are guests. There's an arcane study and a bedroom, both of which are fused together. And then there is a beautiful garden out back that ours loves to spend time in. And that he also uses to harvest perfume from, which he may sometimes sell.
Very nice.
Oh, and he does have 2 kobold helpers, the runts of the pack that he took pity on and took in, as long as they behave themselves. And he's spruced them up and given them some cute little pseudo-aristocratic outfits, so they fit in with the theme of his little abode.
Very good. All right. In that case, I know. Where do you feel like when you all ready to start to get into the chests?
I'm ready if everyone else is.
Yeah, I'm good
So
with
Matt, I meant to ask, are we... So I know, like, at the end of last session, I know a few of us had levels of exhaustion and stuff like that. So are we doing, like, what would be the equivalent of a few long rests? Or
Yeah, you'd be able to recover from this.
Okay. Because I know me and Calder were Well, Calder was even worse than I was, so I was
Yeah.
just making sure.
Because we'll say like essentially, let's take it about 6 weeks where all of you have been mostly working on just your bastions,
Okay.
and so you've been able to rest and get your stuff back here.
And I know we didn't actually leave though, so in terms of equipment and stuff for like repairing and stuff, is that something we can work on too during this time?
More. I mean, you would have been able to go out because like Calder went out. So yeah, you're out of danger, and so getting back to and fro has been mostly you've been mostly able to do.
So we've built a bridge.
You can tell me how that works.
I'm guessing we're playing fast and loose with the wibbly wobbly timey wimey
Yeah.
right now.
I was asking more for the idea of if I could buy new armor because my last one melted off me.
Yeah, you would have time to get armor. Yeah.
Okay.
Are you sure you don't want to just use kobolds to get across the chasm every time? Just a kobold rope bridge?
I'd rather not use them like an object.
They volunteered.
But yeah, I mean, it sounds like we've mostly opened this area up to the general explorer. So, who was in charge of the bridge?
The only person good with a bunch of tools.
That's me.
So, Whisper, if you did do a bridge, what did you do? What did you try to build? Did you put warning signs? Do not take from this room of very shiny objects.
Yeah. Uh-huh. I did put a warning, but I'm sure there have been additional corpses regardless.
There's been accidents. Yeah.
I didn't go in there and tell the statues not to stop killing people. I said, here's a sign. Hopefully they'll learn. And if not, I can't do anything about that.
Like,
If they don't want to believe the sign, they should really learn to start trusting people more. And on that note, the bridge is like a retractable drawbridge thingy. So it's not down all the time.
Okay.
And I think maybe we work with kobolds and have minions guarding the retractors. We have our bridge staff.
Okay. That works. We have to kind of say while they're there.
But nothing leads to that door that we found that we didn't know we were looking for.
Oh yeah, still is secretive.
I like to think that at first the warning sign increased the mortality rate because people were like, well, no, there's definitely something here we're taking. wait.
I put a sign up that said just take whatever you want.
Right.
All of a
next
sudden,
to-
nobody took anything.
Right.
Saying, this room is definitely not trapped.
Signed Obi. Well, I mean, if we have the time, me and Alaric, I assume you still have Dispel Magic.
Well, he actually learns knock.
Oh,
So it's
Yeah.
actually easier.
I was like, this, not something I'd normally use, but certainly handy for if we're going to
Yeah.
keep doing this.
you did it all in one day, huh?
So,
Alaric thinking ahead, Calder just being like, I like what they did. It was useful. I'm going to take that.
but yeah, it took him a day or so, but he worked out how to, because he learned Arcane Lock. He already knew that, and so he kind of what was it?
Reverse engineered it.
Yes, reverse engineered the Arcane Lock spell to discover how to create knock.
All right. So, where are you all gathered as you go through these things?
I imagine one of the interior in the city, one of our bastions.
Okay. So which one?
The most secure one.
Mine has arcane lock on the door.
All
That's
right.
the one.
So we've gathered in Alaric's deal here. All right.
Wow. Alaric, your tower is lovely.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate this. Tower is a bit of a stretch. The second story is my bedroom, but maybe one day. Hopefully, there's room to grow. But yes, make yourselves at home, and we'll see about opening these chests.
This is my favorite part of the job. The money part.
Okay. So I know you had knock ready to go. Opening one of the chests here.
Quickly trace the arcane symbols, and then this very loud noise just thunders into the chest and goes out for 300 feet in every direction. Oh, sorry. It's something I'm working on. Like, maybe if you cast silence first, it works. I don't know.
What did you say?
I said.
Amazing. As the chest opens and you see and hear there is a book which seems to have like essentially like scrapbooked a lot of like what looks like torn pieces of parchment. It's a black leather book, and it has some notes, what look like impressions of flowers and leaves, and in the very back, like a type of larger map. That kind of traces, you can see like different areas of Wildmount with a bunch of like X's all around. There's various writings in the margins, and it's like certain things. At one point it says, 12 thieves, question mark. And it just looks like whoever had this was looking around Exandria for something.
Okay, so this is less X marks the spot and more we've searched here already.
Yeah.
Okay.
In addition, you find, interesting enough, it's kind of weird because you open this chest and some things don't quite make sense because the chest weighs about 50 pounds, but you can see way more copper than should fit in here. You think possibly like, 10,000 copper pieces. I'm sorry, 100,000 copper pieces specifically. All within, and as you take up the book, there is this string attached that goes down into the copper pieces. It's thick and red. What would you like to do?
There is clearly a serious spatial distortion here. That is a lot of copper.
Is this a trap string? Is this?
Oh,
I was gonna say, can I cast detect magic?
Certainly.
And take a look at that chest and
Yeah, I mean, there's definitively a magical effect present on the chest going on.
oh, Lark is something not. It's not just a knock spell anymore. That opened it up, so there's still something going on with it. And if I concentrate on it, can I discern what kind of magic is on it?
Yeah. So as you focus here a bit, it seems to be conjuration.
What do you think?
Well, it certainly leads to something. Whether there's a trap between us and that something is my immediate concern.
I'll pull the string up if you want.
this looks like the kind of shenanigans my mother used to get up to.
If I slowly start pulling on the string a little bit, does it feel taut, or does it feel like it has a little give to it?
You pull, and there's it definitely tight. It definitely gets taut quick, but you do feel like you can pull something, but you're pulling against a lot of things.
All right, can I?
What if we just turn it upside down, guys? Just empty the thing so that way we're not pulling against all these coins.
That seems like a bad idea.
Well, I mean,
100,000 copper coins spills out through this narrow opening all over the place. Who knows? Like, there could be a monster in there. We don't know.
I'm for pulling the string. That's my vote.
Me too.
Well, Obi, get out of the way. You're not going to be able to pull it.
Well, the question is, do we want to pull it aggressively, or do we want to try to pull it and get it, whatever is in there, to come up through the coins slowly? Because what
I
if
can
you just
pull
snap
slowly.
it and then?
Well, we definitely don't want to be aggressive, I think.
I'm magically strengthened. I didn't lose my dexterity.
All right, go for it then.
I grab it.
Besides,
And
only one of the two of you can bring us back to life, and it's not him. So
I'll give you some guidance. And really what it is, it's just me annoyingly telling you how to better pull that string.
Mhm.
But I will cast guidance on you.
I will try to, like a calm fisherman, try to reel this in.
No. Gotta give it a little more slack. Give it a little slack.
Very trepidatiously, and it takes a little bit to pull this up, and you see what appears to be an object that's wrapped entirely in black cloth, but has the rough shape of a key.
Oh, I thought you were about to say it was like the rough shape of a finger. It's like, oh no, Sukuna's coming. Roughly key-shaped. Is your magical aura sensing thing telling you anything with it?
Take a
Obi,
look
you,
at-
yes.
Yeah, I know. I'll look at the key and see if it's magic.
Well, covered in the cloth, your spell doesn't detect magic on the cloth.
I will slowly unwind the cloth.
Okay. You unwind, and the key itself seems to be designed so that the inside of his tongues look like very sharp teeth. There's a faint aura of magic around it.
That's magic. I can't identify that. I pointed at Lard. That's him. That's this guy over here, not me.
VP, help us out.
Should we proceed, sir?
Yes, please do.
Do you want to just take it? Do you want me to stay holding it in case it tries to eat us? And you just poke your finger onto it?
I'm
Your
gonna
call.
check.
You've touched everything else you've identified.
Right, I didn't remember if I can touch what you're identifying. I think you do.
You do.
Yes, it is touch.
But do you want me to stay holding it, or do you want to just take it in its entirety? This looks pinchy, so just
I'll hold it.
Don't get eaten.
Okay. Take the key in my hand. Like, how large is this key? Is it just regular?
Key sized, yeah.
Okay. I didn't.
Don't worry, if you die because of it, Obi can bring you back.
The key to the city, guys. Wait. But I'll have BP identify.
Okay. Kind of. Of course. This is very interesting, sir. It's somewhat weak as far as magical powers go, but very ingenious. Likes to devour the inner workings of locks.
Wow, so that just makes me and Obi obsolete.
Is this a skeleton key?
Something like that. It's more like a gnashing key.
Oh.
Vampiric, almost.
A gnashing key.
Yeah.
All right.
You put it in a keyhole and it starts to eat the lock inside.
Whoa.
Quite vicious, though. Not good if you're trying to be quiet.
Right.
Indeed. So this could, about, I would imagine, 90 feet away, people could hear whatever it is you were doing.
Oh.
God damn. Loud as hell.
And depending on the make of the lock and how well it was, it is possible for the key to ruin itself if used not the best way.
Does it work against an arcane lock?
Unfortunately not.
Oh, okay. So I still have a job. That's good.
The other ones... Oh yes, well your friends, I mean, they are good in their quietness. Well, sometimes. The other one was better when he couldn't talk in our language, though. But, other than that...
Wow, BP, I've always been on your side, and that's how you treat me?
I am on your side, I was just making an honest observation.
So, bubble of silence, gnashing, devouring key, opens doors.
Indeed. This is Gnashing Key in D&D Beyond.
Nice. I will hand the key.
Signed, baby.
I'll hand the key back to Calder or Orion.
Couldn't find it at first because I have like everything turned off.
What is it called? A gnashing key?
Yeah.
And incidentally, you've noticed that as you've taken it out in the book, it seems like the chest fills whenever you do that, or appears to be full. And as you go, these objects don't seem to go back into the chest.
Is this a perpetual copying box?
Has anybody tried taking copper out?
No.
Whisper doesn't hear an answer, so she tries to take copper out of the treasure chest.
Take one out. You have a copper. Looks like it was minted in Draconia.
I guess that answers your question, Whisper.
But you got to take out more than one. We're not going to notice one filling back in.
I was worried about it disappearing the second it came out of the chest, was what I was trying to do.
Oh.
She'll scoop up a whole handful.
Yeah. And the chest still looks full. And a
Maybe
few kind of fall, and they kind of go, and they just kind of bounce off out of the chest.
Man, whoever started this thing really chose the wrong kind of coin to start with. So is this like a weird infinite money glitch?
What is a glitch?
Like,
I don't know.
like what we were experiencing in that other pathway, like the magic going.
Oh, the
wonky.
magic going.
Because like,
As long
normally
as-
you're not supposed to just have infinite amounts of money, but this seems to just be continuously filling with copper.
I would like to identify one of the copper
Thank y'all.
pieces.
Behave.
Identify the copper piece. It is a copper piece.
Oh, okay.
Beeper goes, I have no idea. This is not magical, sir.
What about the chest itself?
Yeah, if this is a limitless source of wealth, then I mean there has to be like.
We can just
Terms.
retire now.
Well, I was thinking that infinite money doesn't just come out of nowhere. It's not given away for no reason.
It wasn't given away. We stole it.
Well, I mean, but where did it come from? Like, who gave it to Sonia? Or
The same place good berries come from.
grown? You can't grow copper.
That's what you think.
Uh,
You've clearly not worked with dwarves enough.
I suppose not. Can they grow copper?
You're not a dwarf, so no.
I would like to identify the chest itself to see if that's having an effect on the
Sure.
coins in there.
Figuring it out, it seems. Oh, so I guess BP would. Very interesting chime-in on here, sir. It seems as though the space was expanded, and then it contracts whenever something is taken out. I imagine should everything be taken out, the chest itself will just implode upon upon itself.
That is
So
a
there
weird
is-
enchantment.
Conjuration tends to involve twisting the fabric of space. It's how objects are transported from one place to another, how you can store larger things and smaller things.
Yeah, Ars. Thanks for explaining to me what I already do.
Well, I mean,
Is
Well,
this
like
is this child's splaining? Since it's coming from Ars?
so rude.
So what
I
we're
was trying to
saying here
answer
is
you.
that there's just a absolute crap ton of copper in this chest.
So we take out all but one and then leave it for some poor schmuck to blow up.
A little unethical, but yes.
Or it's like spicy chicken, but we need something that has opposable thumbs to pull out the last coin.
I mean, did he say it was going to explode or implode?
Implode.
So I mean, the chest might just disappear.
It might all like suck itself up into a negative space.
So when Obi, sends a chicken with, fire out to kill mimics, oh, that's a great plan. I mentioned trying to use something with an opposable thumb to cause an explosion. Oh, that's not how that would work. You guys
Well, I mean,
suck.
implode, explode, 2 different plodings.
I'm just really glad we didn't put that in Sammy.
Same.
Oh yes. I agree.
I mean, do we put all the copper in Sammy to get it out of here?
We're not putting 100,000 copper in Sammy.
Yeah, Sammy
we're
would
not-
probably break.
He would break.
How could we possibly I can't carry that much either.
But we can carry the chest.
Yeah, so we stop taking stuff out of it and just carry the chest. So how much did you take out, Whisper, in your handful?
I only deal in handfuls.
It's like only take a handful of
I mean, my handful of bags.
I can count them.
And so we'll say about 30, 40 copper.
All right.
All right.
So
All right.
That's one test.
This is
One of
exciting.
all right, everyone, cover
one-
your ears.
What if
What?
each chest is just like this, but it's the other denomination of coin? Including Electrum.
Now that
What?
we've all heard it once, I'll warn everyone to cover their ears before casting knock on the next chest. Just
Calder, do you have an addiction to Electrum?
What? I get one dragon gifted ability that makes me find Electrum particularly captivating, and now I've got a problem. Really? I used that money, by the way, to buy stuff.
There's nothing wrong with addiction. Acceptance is the first step to recovery.
Uh,
I will open the next chest.
yeah. In here, it opens up, and you can tell on the inside of once you open up inside, there is a layer of lead between the outer metal and the inner metal. And on the interior of it seems to be entirely of iron. The box itself seems filled with jewelry.
Alaric, would I be correct in thinking that this layer of lead and layer of iron could keep out scrying?
Possibly, yes. Lead does tend to keep out a lot of divination magic.
That's what I thought.
Now that the chest is open and I have detect magic up, looking in, is any of the jewelry glowing?
So jewelry itself appears whimsical. Whisper, you recognize this immediately as the type of things you've seen Faye wear, where specifically those of the higher courts.
How did they get those?
And using your magic sensor, Ryan, you look and you can just see none of the jewelry seem, but you kind of notice almost hidden within what appears to be a seed with a rune on its outer shell.
I kind of dig that out.
And that glows with magic.
I don't know about the rest of it's not magical. Definitely valuable. But Alaric, this might be even more valuable.
The jewelry's also Fey. Jewelry.
If I've gathered anything from you, Whisper, that might not be a thing to sell, as more as like a bargain to return something.
Maybe.
I'm not speaking for everyone, I'm just saying based on what you told me.
Seeing this seed and this symbol on it, do I recognize this symbol?
I'm probably saying no. The arcane you're used to isn't this type.
Okay.
It's more naturalistic and outside of what you would have studied.
So I don't recognize it. Do I recognize which, like, is this closer to like druidic study of magic or something like that, where it would?
Has more ties into that, yeah.
Okay. Interesting. I mean, I could try to identify this as well, if you'd like, Ryan. But the glyph on there is outside my purview of study. And I'll assuming Araya would like me to identify it, I will do that.
Okay. Because, ooh. This is indeed rare, sir. At least from on the material plane. This is known as Feywood Ivy. It's used to cover a weapon with the vine itself, making it nice and secure, almost like a sheath that will come off, when the user tells it to. Otherwise, keeping them from being disarmed. And significant power to it for spell casting. Also, if used correctly, it can, in battle, lash out and restrain an opponent.
That does sound useful.
Very handy for swordplay. Oh, must have a certain, so we say, heritage. A stronger connection either to nature or the Fey world itself.
Oh.
So this is Feywood Ivy in D&D Beyond. And the Fey Warlock would count, even though it doesn't say that in the official item description. And Fey is an F-E-Y.
Not Tina. Oh, never mind. She is EY.
So, something I thought of is that if this object and this jewelry was being concealed by this box, now it is not. So if someone is actively looking for this or thinks to look for it and really wants it back, they are now, and we take it out, they are now able to find it. Just throwing that out there.
I mean, we already have people looking for ours. What's some jewelry?
Say, from what you can tell, this does seem to be fine. This is the everything fits in the appropriate dimensions. It behaves like a regular chest.
On the other hand, this chest itself is excellent for smuggling things you don't want found by magic.
Oh, so we can just stuff ours in there.
Right. We will cast Reduce on ours and put him in the box.
I could squeeze in there.
You know, you fit in Sammy, like right now.
Well, I've had enough of him trying to put me in his mouth.
Sammy licks his outer wood.
It's okay,
How is
boy.
he going to breathe in there?
That's a magical property of Sammy,
Yes, you can still breathe in Sammy.
because he's a good boy.
Celicus is pointing to the iron and lead chest.
I mean, to be fair,
Oh.
the air is being cycled through Sammy, so you're rebreathing in Sammy air, but other than that, it's fine.
Sammy, Mulder says that you're a good boy. Are you a good boy?
Opens its mouth wide.
Look at how inviting he is.
Convincing.
It's gonna eat you.
Sammy's unconvincing.
Absentmindedly tosses jerky into Sammy's mouth.
An understandable reaction to having jerky thrown at you.
You've never tried throwing jerky at Obi, apparently.
Matt, as we're going through these chests, which are supposed to be of Draconia, I want to try and connect with the heart of Draconia through the beetle that lives in my head now. Is that like saying the beetle lives in my head?
Yeah.
And see if I get any particular feeling about any of these items. Like, be like, this is Draconia. This needs to stay here, or just trying to make sure that we know what Draconia wants to keep.
So far, these do not seem to be draconian artifacts.
Okay.
So you don't get that sense. These are things that, for whatever reason, someone thought important to put in a vault. Whether it was a collection or... So, you found some stolen objects with someone who has a key that could eat locks. I don't know if you want to start putting connections in here.
To assume that everybody who steals stuff is a thief?
It was all from the same vault.
I find that to be disrespectful, and I just start taking hit. I'm just chest number 3.
Alaric, did you ever tell me what this is as I pulled the torch out?
No. And I go to chest number 3.
Okay. Now remind me, there was 5 total chests and you opened 1, right? That was
This is the second one. So we did
just
the...
opened the second one.
before today, because the torch came out of one of the 5 chests. Right?
No, the torch came
No.
after the second vault. 5 chests for the first vault, torch
Thank
from
you.
the second vault that
Yeah.
we were able to get into.
Thank you for helping me out. Okay.
Third vault, we ran away.
We bravely ran away.
Bravely.
Third vault, we tactically retreated as we were getting our ass handed to us.
Perfect.
There's no
All various
cowardice in
opinions of the same
recognizing your
action.
beat.
All right. In that Thanks. Here we go. Kessinak, on the third one, you find what appears to be several very well, like a combination of what seems to be scroll cases and secured books, like really thin books, wrapped tightly, like in codex form, and set to be preserved. On top of which sits an ornate fiddle.
I found the treasure. I found all the treasure. This is the treasure, guys.
I close Alaric's jaw. I'm like, you're gonna drool on them.
I'll walk over to see what appears to be, if anything, is giving off any magic.
Indeed, the fiddle is.
Is it golden?
It's not. But this looks like very worn and well played fiddle. You can see parts of it are smooth, where you would place hands, almost indentations from being played over and over again.
All right. Lark, I don't want to break your heart, but the fiddle is the only thing radiating magic. But if I've learned anything, there could be something good in those books and scrolls for you that maybe you could learn and copy down later.
Alaric is going to try and control his breathing and not immediately go for the books and scrolls and identify the fiddle.
I'm so happy for you, Alaric.
This is the second one, sir.
The second one?
Yes, the second
the
fiddle.
Fiddle. Second fiddle.
I understand.
I didn't take you for a musically inclined person, Alaric.
I mean, I understand music because it's math, but I don't actually play.
I'm sorry, what did you just say?
And music isn't math. You feel music.
Yeah, you can't feel math.
You can literally turn notes into mathematical equations.
Why on earth would you destroy something so beautiful with
Yeah.
something so calculated?
I'm just stating a fact. If you're upset about it, that's on you. You need to deal with your own trauma.
Calder, burn the books.
No!
I would, but my one spell doesn't do like actual fire. It's like divinely given.
Shield it with my body. Second fiddle.
Yes. Particular seems to be easier to play, having absorbed masters, I believe. Not absorbed their playing over the course of, it seems, centuries, not them in particular. Might even highlight and empower one who has art as their power source, I believe. Draws power from art.
That's lovely.
And so this is second fiddle. It does have, if you use it, you have +3 to your performance checks with charisma. And if you're a bard, if you have the fiddle, you can play a quick note and cause someone to re-roll their bardic inspiration die and choose either result as a reaction.
So we'll just sell this, right? It's good to... I jest. And I will, after BP identifies it, I will offer it to Whisper.
Stick to your day job, math man.
I am. I identified the next thing.
the quick and thick of the books and things, these all are musical sheets and such deals. Specifically in here, what look like original manuscripts of great draconian musics.
I looked to
On
see if
various
these are
arts.
actually bod spells transcribed into music through math.
I also feel like as you're digging through this, I could just imagine Alaric getting more and more upset as he's like, more music, more music.
Matt, do you think any could be played upon the lyre?
Yes.
Selkus immediately is like looking through that one in particular.
So
Definitely. Well, you can transpose. You can like
Yeah.
you're accomplished. You can transpose them on the fly.
Celicus, let me know when you want and whisper. We can just play all of this stuff together.
Yeah.
Do you play the fiddle?
Yeah.
I just
I
grab
have
it
an
and
actor
hand it to
instrument.
you.
Yeah, I'd say Celicus for the right person, especially like those who really want to preserve draconian culture. These would be very valuable. This is the equivalent of finding like Beethoven's Fifth written by Beethoven. On many of these, it's classic old things, but that's likely may have been taken from various collections by this individual as well who you rated.
I finish carefully going through the last piece of music and I set it down and I cast knock on the next chest.
You don't have to be so openly disappointed, Alaric.
I had one day hoped to learn how to play the viol.
Like of acid?
No, the instrument.
Oh, a viol.
Viol? Is that what you call it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's me knowledge. You would have said it correctly. That's me being uncultured.
That's really big of you, Ars. That's character growth right there.
Right. Opening here. You was an intense whiff as dried herbs assault your senses. And this is filled to the brim with herbs. All loose in the chest.
Strong smell.
Is it cannabis?
Should do. It is not, but
Oh,
as your fingers go through, you can feel something hard that's like hidden or like that's just slightly buried underneath a layer of the herbs here. As you see a tome.
Herbs. I can probably grow those in my garden.
Is that tome giving off some magic?
It does. It seems to have some type of artistic beast head emblazoned in the cover of it, with various sigils all written in. They have a slight glow to them.
As I lift the tome out and look at Alaric, I go, I know what you're looking for, buddy. And all those herbs are magical, and this book is useless. I said that wrong. Strike that. Reverse it. The book is magical. The herbs are not.
you intentionally buried the lead.
I did. And I hand you the book.
I mean, it was buried to begin with.
In herbs. We could probably cook that. It'd probably be delicious.
Lord, did you recognize them as what would be used to cast Find Familiar?
Oh, just right on the cover?
The herbs.
No, dog, the herbs.
Oh,
You got a box full of incense, bro. You can
Look
just
at
throw
all
it
the
down.
hockeys.
Specifically 200 golds worth.
Oh wow!
That's 20 hockeys.
I'll say,
Although Celicus's Cobalt is kind of a fan
Sir.
of birds.
I believe we can give Blitzfalco an upgrade.
Oh, finally! I was telling him I hoped that he could do that.
Into an owl.
What's wrong with being a hawk?
Is there anything wrong with it?
They're more easily struck.
Just inspecting the tome for my master, and that's what it's designed to do.
Oh, I wasn't criticizing you. I was criticizing Calder. You're perfect, BP. Please never change.
Whoa, we don't need BP's head growing any more than it already does.
Shh. Shh.
It's a spell to empower a familiar.
Well, it's tome. It seemed to be written by, let's see, some type of practitioner named Aurelia.
The war leader?
You know, there's other people in the world with the name Aurelia. It's not just one person who has that name.
It's such a pretty name.
Would allow you to prepare other spells as long as if you're attuned to this and linked to it, you can always cast and summon Blitzfalca. But if you put a little bit more oomph to the spell, you can have them take a stronger form.
Sounds delightful.
Yes.
And Aloric has like the kid that's like opening a Christmas present and like gets one that they really like and like wants to go and play with it and not open the rest of them.
All right. But yes, this is Aurelia's Tome of Beast Familiars.
Amazing.
So at spell slot level 2, you get a CR of 1/8. Spell slot level 3 to 4, you get a CR of 1/4. 5 to 6, half. 7 to 8, 1. And 9th, 2.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Dang. That's so cool.
That is so cool. That's
However,
great.
after, if you're using a spell slot of 2nd level or higher, it does require an extra 10 gold worth of material components for each slot level above 1.
Makes sense.
I'm so happy for hockey. Or for Celka.
So, never mind.
So kind of closing that chest and gently laying the book down beside it. All right, 2 more to go, right?
One more.
Oh, that was the 4th one. Okay.
That was the 4th chest.
Uh,
You still have to identify the torch. Maybe that's what you were thinking.
Right. And so I will upcast but knock the last chest.
Right. In here seems to be various fine cut jewels, all totaling 3,000 gold in the chest. Seems to be where he kept his stash of money.
This is quite a trove.
You said how much? 3,000 gold?
Yeah.
Are
All of them
What's that?
fine cut, like very fine cut. Centerpieces, one might say.
Any
Are-
magical?
No magical here.
ours would try and look for any kind of like diamonds that Orion might be able to use for like a revivify spell.
No diamonds would be in here.
Oh, shame.
But fine quality, easily traded if you so have the desire.
These gems will be a great boon to us.
Are there any rubies
Wow.
or jade?
There would be ruby and jade.
These can be powdered into spell components. If we want to set these aside.
Spell components are worth investing in. I would say that, whatever you need. Out of your cut. Maybe.
So you got a few things.
Amazing.
Do you want to identify the torch?
Yeah.
Please.
So, taking the torch in hand. All right, BP. What can you tell us about this Fey relic torch?
Matt, I'm watching Colder and O'Brien's and Obi's face.
Good.
Like a hawk.
I look over this. Oh my, sir. This is quite the artifact. From I can tell, this seems to be. I mean, at least a lord or lady, if not higher, of Fey courts would have something like this. I'm very worried who he took about this, sir. However, it is specifically from the sapphire wood in the Feywilds. Ultimately, this gives nice light when you want it, but doesn't go out in water. In addition, it can detect illusions, highlighting them in a color of your choice. Possibly very useful given the right circumstance. And lastly, allows casting essentially of fairy fire in a 20-foot radius sphere. Listen to the normal effects that it can do of that spell, and also damages the creatures within.
That's strong magic.
Creatures illuminated by this fairy fire also take damage from it?
Yes, initially.
Oh, so just okay. So it's not like while the fairy fire is on them, they're just burning. In
Right, so it's a little bit like the fireball you can do, but just blue and a little less intense. And then everyone can hit them a lot better.
Does this item have a name?
This is known as a Fey Flame Torch. It should be something only passed down bloodlines. It's a rare treasure.
So if the wrong Fey inhabitant caught us with this, they may feel that they're entitled to it.
Possibly.
Or whosoever holds this torch gains the rank of Lord or Lady of the Fey Court? As I take it back. That's
Wishful.
Lord Calder.
Are you
Listen,
Nocta?
strange people in the material plane waving torches around is not a basis for a system of government.
You're right. However, it does seem to still work.
I'm very tempted by this. So, it is. While Calder's holding it, I'm going to cast Disguise Self on myself. And I'm going to make myself look like Haldor. Just but my size versus how big he is. And I want to see, like, what does it look like to Calder when I want him to see what it looks like when an illusion spell's cast, and if he can see like a difference on me.
Snow.
So I think you see him outlined in this blue snow. Still looks like Alador, but just is everyone sees it actually. So you all see like it being highlighted and snow blowing around this illusion. It is in D&D Beyond as the Fey Flame Torch.
Matt, do I know anything about the Sapphire Forest?
Give me a history check. The Sapphire Wood.
Sapphire Wood. Sorry.
And that is Safire.
It's alphabetical, Bobby. I'm going to use my heroic inspiration.
Wait, are you making a roll? I'm sorry, I was reading something real quick.
I got it was natural 20, so total of 21.
Let's go.
Ours would also give guidance.
Okay.
We can.
Good to the guidance.
See if you break the next barrier.
It's a
Sadly
total of
not.
24.
Okay. So you are aware the places you were told not to go. It's very as you would have been told. Oh, Whisper, it's beautiful, but very, very deadly indeed. It's just a place that the trees would as sooner harvest you than be harvested themselves. But you know, as a good fae, we always can be lured by nice hard wood, you know what I'm saying? Or when I was younger, anyway.
I don't know if it's me. Can anyone else not find the Fey Flame Torch, or is it coming
You
up?
got to turn on Griffin's saddlebag stuff
Yeah.
in the managed character.
Yeah, I have it on.
Oh,
So then you have to go through your character sheet
Okay.
to find it.
and it's FAE.
Oh, it's FAE?
Yeah.
I'm putting
Yeah.
FEY, that's why.
Yep, sorry. This Fae is FAE. The other Fae was FEY.
That's why I'm messing it up. I'm like, okay. Oh, there it is. Immediately. First thing that came up.
Matt, does that connect to anything that Obi told me or described about who he spoke to when he communed?
I think the wood itself wouldn't necessarily go, only that this is. I think what probably would hit you more is something made this powerful, cause that that to show up on their faces. And what you learned, what those flames actually do. And somehow, Obi, with all his detection of magic, has never detected that. As you ponder this whisper. And even using the things they did, it's not revealing them now, as though it was just a brief into that. Even the power of well, yeah, I'll let you fill the rest.
One thing I'd like to do, just to be sure, is make sure all the chests are open and the contents, so that the light from the torch can hit everything, and to see if that the illusory effect shows up on anything else in these chests.
Well, incidentally, the time for that has passed.
Oh, is the torch already out?
Well, it can only be used that way once per dawn,
Oh,
and only for a short period of time.
I thought it was just like the flame was just going. Okay. Well, I wish I had thought of it ahead of time. I was wondering if maybe the discovery of illusions that the flame can create might reveal something that we missed with these chests. But...
Well, potentially there's always tomorrow.
Yeah, I would say because of just that we're in this kind of degrees downtime deal. You'd only be able to see this in 3 of them, but the bottom of them do seem to swirl in the blue snow.
Oh,
You said in all of them, or just
3 of them.
3 of them
three.
have false bottoms?
Or an illusion covering it.
Something. I would like to investigate these.
Sure. It's very interesting. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Uh-oh.
Oopsie. Oh no.
Maybe it's fine. Maybe everything is fine. I still have a heroic inspiration. All right. I might need to use it because that's only a 13. I might as well burn my heroic inspiration to reroll that.
Starting to think we should use dispel magic.
Well, we'll find out.
What'd you get?
Finishes. I got. That's enough.
Now,
for a 9. No.
oh
7.
dang. Oh wait, so it's an inspiration, so you have to keep the first one, right?
I thought it
It's
was
heroic, so you keep the new one.
Oh dang. Yeah.
Yep.
If you had kept the first one, ours would have given you his shared favor.
Oh, I think I
Oh,
just
boy.
died.
As you attempt to perceive, you take 26 psychic damage.
Oh, ow!
Your brain is and you all watch as the Alaric's pupils dilate, almost filling his entire eye. He stares at the chest.
Alara?
Bleeds from the nose and the eyes.
I pull him away from the chest
Okay.
and kind of shake it.
You shake him. You take a bludgeoning damage from the shake, and still nothing.
Okay.
Dispel magic. and
Alaric,
then
you are incapacitated. What should I do, Carter?
I pull out measure and I cast Dispel Magic on him.
Okay. Nothing happens.
Okay.
What the hell? This has always worked. What's going on?
Ours is going to lay hands on him, and the light of Elysium is going to radiate in just the slightest amounts from him to heal him. Use healing hands. Heal 6.
This you regain your HP, but he remains incapacitated.
He may have been placed under some kind of curse or some other kind of greater affliction that I lack the.
Yeah, I thought that was what my spell was supposed to get rid of.
No. If you're trying to unravel a conventional spell, it's not going to work on something like a curse, or it takes to restore him to his natural ideal state. You're going to have to use a positive energy infusion. This is more the realm of divine magic than arcane.
Don't talk to me about curses. I know what a curse is, but this has worked on basically everything else that we've ever had affecting us.
Can I kind of examine Alaric to figure out what effect might be like causing this to him?
Yeah, give me an Arcana check.
$16.
16. Seems that the best you can tell, for a moment, his senses were opened up to a reality that he could not comprehend, or a being he could not comprehend. And overloaded his capacity as a creature.
The box is still open, right?
It is.
I'm going to go over and look down, and I'm going to cast Dispel Magic into the box.
Okay. Once you see strange symbols carved into the bottom of the box, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Uh, 15.
15. Obi falls back, blood spurting from the nose and the eyes, 22 psychic damage, and you're incapacitated.
Everybody, please stop looking in the box.
Whisper would like to close the lid without
No.
looking in the bottom of the box.
Yeah,
Without
Or-
looking in the bottom of the box.
yeah,
Stop.
fair. Yeah, I got you. Like, ah!
I'm going to look in.
Right now the box is closed, so you'd have to negotiate that with Whisper.
I mean, I will.
Who I imagine is on the
from
box.
opening it. I mean, if he walks towards it and he wants to open it, I am not going to stop him. However, we've already seen 2 people affected by this box.
Man,
That's
Yes.
why she closed it.
I understand.
Incapacitated person.
But I'm going to steel myself, and I'm going to look in, because if we don't know what it is, then I don't see how we're going to be able to fix whatever's happened to them. And
We could wait a minute and see if they come out of it.
well, okay, we'll wait a minute.
If somebody's so worried about people hunting him, you sure are ready to just dive into stuff that's already messed up other party members.
Well, I guess I just don't have very much to lose anymore. And I care about other people. Maybe you can't relate to that or something.
Are you trying to suggest I don't care about my brother? Keep it up, and I'm gonna feed you to Sammy. As I'm like kind of like gently,
Sammy perks up.
as I like gently am shaking Obi, like, come on, buddy, come on back to us.
A minute goes
Or
by,
minute.
and they are still in their condition.
Okay, this is bad.
And having you join them is going to help how?
If I don't,
You're so good at healing, try a different spell.
I lack the skill. I lack the nuance to be able to project positive energy in such a way as to be able to undo such an effect. I'm not strong enough yet.
Did Obi say aloud what he thought was affecting Alaric?
Yeah.
No. I'm going to try and see if I can garner anything with what small arcane knowledge I have.
Ours is also going to cast guidance on Calder.
Okay.
Open up his awareness using his divine magic.
I'm going to use my heroic inspiration because that was a 2. All right, so 14 plus 3, 17 total for Arcana.
That's with the guidance.
Yeah.
Cool. And then, so kind of trying to understand this, having some idea. The best you can figure is that, again, it's like just overexposed to something greater than themselves. And you feel like just time.
They saw something that was out of this world, and it shocked their system, and we might just need to let them like sleep for a day.
Yeah, it's being exposed to the planes beyond the astral sea can have that effect. Spiritual planes can affect the mind in devastating ways at times. Or the realms of the immortals, not of, well, us.
See,
And
how
then-
do you come up with stuff like that, and we're immediately trying to look in the box?
Because I'm half that. I don't know. There's a possibility I'd be more inured to it.
I'm talking about how you can say something so wise, but try to do something so unwise 38 seconds ago.
I'm impulsive. And you're right. You're right. Let me take a closer look at him. I might be able to learn something that you missed. And then ours is going to straddle Orion's head over his knee, and he's going to look over him, look into his eyes, and he's going to try and see if he can find anything out, notice anything, any kind of extraplanar magic at work or whatever that might give him some insight into what the nature of what caused this specifically, what particular planar influence we're dealing with.
I see.
So you'd use guidance, use lucky, and make the Arcana check, if I'm able.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ooh, we're cooking with kerosene now. All right, and that's a dirty 20.
Okay. I think studying them, there's nothing that you can pick up in this that's distinct enough to help you understand that. It's kind of the idea that it seemed to be an awareness outside of the planes outside the material plane anyway. But as far as what specifically in which plane, you were not sure of with the 20.
Damn. There's no telling what exact kind of influence he was exposed of, other than it's beyond the realms of the mortal. Which means this could be complicated. Maybe we should see Aldor. He might know something that we don't. He might be able to help.
That's a long trek to have to drag two people that can't defend themselves back to
Do you-
League.
Do you want Alaric and your brother to be like this forever?
I told you that they just need to rest some.
Are you confident about that?
I'm confident enough to wait 24 hours to see if maybe if they sleep it off,
Well,
like
look,
a bad hangover.
I wasn't saying we go and do this immediately. But, like, if they don't wake up on their own, all
Then
right?
obviously, yes, I will gladly go search for additional assistance.
Hey, well, you're welcome for the advice.
It was unneeded, but thanks.
Ugh.
That was kind of an obvious thing that I would do, you know, try to save my brother. Go figure.
My hands were big enough and I was tall enough, I'd strangle you.
Even with these magic gauntlets, you wouldn't be strong enough to do that.
Always got something to say, don't you?
Celicus, can you help me get Alaric to his bed and then get Orion to his bed, please?
I've got
They'll
Obi.
probably be here a little bit.
In fact, I could probably pick both of them up at the same time.
You do find as you kind of grab them, they're able to walk.
Oh well,
Well,
they're
that'll be
walking.
easier.
They're this way, you two.
It's like they're drugged or something.
Their brains turn to jello.
A little bit. Well, much more than a little bit. Judging by the way it's affected them, I mean, I imagine that whatever they experienced might be sufficient to kill an ordinary person. But, well, we're all here much more inured to magical energies.
Whisper, where should we store these boxes in the meantime?
Well, it still feel like Alaric's place with his magical mage lock thing wherever is the most secure.
Okay, so I'll just move them to the corner.
Yep.
All right. So putting them thusly.
I roll out the bedrolls. I fluff up some pillows. I lie them down. They're just like staring into the abyss. Are they speaking in tongues yet? I think that's the next step on whether or not they've actually lost it.
Indeed, but as you all take your time about as the day goes by and everyone gets a long rest, Ryan and Alaric rather, you seemingly wake up. Last memory, just staring into the box, and now you're in bedrolls and looking up at a ceiling, tucked in nicely.
Yeah, it definitely would have cleaned up the blood.
Prestidigitated away. Oh, you're awake, Obi. Did you have a good nap? As I would have spent the night next to my brother to make sure that he was okay.
Yeah, Whisper wouldn't have left either. Yeah, you've been out for like 3 weeks.
What? Every
Yeah.
time something happens, I keep forgetting parts of my life. Oh my god. This is the second time since we've been down here.
Yeah, Grimshell joined up. Like, a lot's happened.
We were looking at the illusions in the box. And now
Yeah, that was 3 weeks ago.
You were in a coma.
Yes, you guys were exposed to an extraplanar house party. You guys saw the gods dancing together in a circle.
Wait.
Celicus actually was able to destroy the illusion with his lightning breath.
It's true.
Just snorts out a little bit of lightning.
It's a miracle you're both still alive.
Wait, so what was behind the illusion?
The party.
Yeah.
We drank with them for a while.
It's quite an interesting experience. Great food.
You would even say
Lark,
it was heavenly.
Ambrosia, top tier. Everything that they say about it, completely true.
Yeah, we're all immortal now.
Lark, unfortunately, Sammy ate your new book.
You really? That's the first thing you're gonna tell him?
No, that wasn't the first thing I told him. The first thing I told him that he was asleep for 3 weeks.
You mean like stored it in Sammy, right? Now, but Sammy only eats things that are living.
Huh. Well, your book must have tasted like a living critter.
Say less, we're fighting. Charge a lightning bolt. Oh, you're gonna give it back.
Lark, he didn't eat your book.
How long were we really out?
I mean, for a full 24 hours, it was rough. You guys were exposed to some manner of extraplanar influence that overwhelmed your mortal minds.
As a note, ours cared so much he tried to jump in to join you, but we stopped him because I was like, I don't feel like looking after a third unconscious person.
I had a maybe justified, maybe not justified confidence that I could withstand what you two could not, and maybe find out a way to help you.
So, DM, what specifically am I able to remember?
So, you remember trying to utilize what you knew how to do to try to see past this illusion, and you know there were some symbols there, and just about the time you understood there's markings underneath here is when your vision went white and you woke up here.
Do I remember there being pain?
Yeah, intense pain.
For me, when I cast the spell magic into the box, was there anything different that happened or that I remembered before I saw a white flash and then pain?
You got the idea that there were the symbols of the markings, and that for you, you understood it seemed to immediately begin working magic, like inside of your head. You felt the sensation of magic happening, like a spell was being cast from within your brain before the pain and blacking out.
So, can you two explain what it is that you recall exactly before?
I mean, after Alaric got stuck, my thought was if I could break whatever was in the box, it would break what was holding him. But whatever happened, I felt it actually like it was almost like I cast the spell and then like another spell was cast literally in my head. And that was the last thing I remember before
Orion,
waking up here on the ground.
Did you detect magic going when you attempted to dispel it?
What was it?
Did you have detect magic active when you attempted to dispel the box?
No. because I was I saw it happened to you, so I figured whatever you looked at, I figured if I just cast spell magic into the box, it would break whatever was in there.
Well, did either of you see anything at all?
I mean, there was some kind of markings
Do you,
beyond
do you
the
think-
illusion. But
what if you were to write them down? Do you think you could write them down from memory, and maybe we could somehow identify them? Take them to someone who could.
Yeah, I'd say you have no memory of the symbols. They're entirely gone. You
no,
know
but-
they were symbols. There was something there. That's it.
But if the illusion is there to hide the trap,
Do you think there's more below it? I only asked, but I'm not playing round 2 on this.
well, so or the illusion of the bottom is there to prevent you from seeing what is actually there. That's the point of the illusion, but it's also preventing us from determining what kind of magic the whatever being is hidden.
You know what I'm also wondering? Is it actually just there so that if somebody was robbing this person, they get to the bottom, they see this, they think, oh, I'm going to get some more, and then they cast something, and then they're stuck. I mean, you guys said we were out for over 24 hours, so you don't think someone's going to show up in the vault, some security at some point, and be like, somebody broke into this person's stuff?
It's a good hypothesis.
DM, can you specify which 3 chests we encountered the illusions?
Sure, I can. This would have been the chest with.
I'll be back shortly. I got some food. I gotta go get.
This would be the chest that had the tome, the chest of the second fiddle, and the chest of the jewels, like just the random jewels, not the jewelry.
So 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah. The key you couldn't see the bottom,
True.
It's true, we never actually got all the way to the bottom yet.
and you didn't sense it in the one with the fey jewelry. You also didn't take everything out of that one, but
Well, and that one had 2 things in it. Like it was lead line one, right?
yeah, lead and iron.
Right.
So let's say we did empty out the first 2 chests and we find the same thing. It probably is a security measure. Somebody's emptying the chest out, they get to the bottom, they think they got everything. Oh, there's something extra. Bam, 24 hours, you're stunned.
Certainly possible.
I mean, because you got to think, this person obviously was stealing from other people. I mean, because look at what we found.
It would
So-
be an ingenious failsafe, especially if someone was foolish enough to open the chests and while
In the vault, yeah.
the vault.
Or if they're just trying to grab it to make a grab and go, and then in the process, as they're emptying it, they're like, oh, this guy hid something.
Orion, did you look into the same chests that I did?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just wondering if it's the same thing in the bottom of every chest, or if it's
You know what? Ours, according to Calder, seemed very like all about it. So I mean, if we want to pop a different chest and let ours look in it, we could give that 24 hours and see what happens.
It's the kid's choice.
Yeah.
If he wants to do that experiment, I'm not going to stop him. But don't you know his aunt or something? Like, should you be offering him up like that?
I'm gonna pretend like I didn't know that he was gonna do it. In fact, I'll just say I was currently incapacitated at the
Oh,
time when
so
it
you're
happened.
gonna lie? Oh,
Uh,
okay.
Most of our life has been lying, to be fair.
How much has been lying since you met us?
Are you even my brother?
I don't know.
Back.
To be fair, Whisper, since we've been together, say it's like 80-20.
You know that's really fair. In the Feywild, that's pretty good actually. In the Feywild,
Like
sometimes it's like 50-50.
Like 80% lies?
Oh, I thought it was the other way. Dang. Well, I don't know. Either way, that seems like a very reasonable Feywild amount of lies to have between friends.
Are we? Should I be lying more?
I mean, if their dad lied about them being brothers, this is generational lying
Yeah.
passed down.
That'd be such a gotcha.
I have a feeling that one's not a lie though.
Celicus is like over, like in the back, I think, muttering under his breath. Is like, I know Calder's lying. I know he's a liar. He's a dirty, rotten liar. He's been lying this whole time. And now I have proof. He's admitted to his lying.
Oh, Christ.
Okay. Ars, while you were out grabbing a quick snack, there was some discussion about potentially looking at a different box if you were willing, since you thought you might have resistance to it. But you don't have to, of course, clearly. It's up to you. You don't even need to keep looking in these boxes. I mean, there's no reason. We got the stuff out of them.
We risked our lives to go and get those chests. If there is any possibility that something valuable is in that chest, I want it. And, you know, if a 24-hour power nap is the potential cost of looking in there, you know, I can live with that.
And there's the backslide.
Also, very acute, piercing pain in your brain. There's also that to look forward to.
No, he doesn't have one of those. He won't feel a thing.
I mean, I have that every time I talk with Calder. I mean, I spend like days with you guys, listening to you guys talk all the time. It can't possibly be worse than that.
Well, we both looked in that chest, so if you want to, I suppose you can pick another one.
I'm willing to do whatever you guys need me to do.
Yeah, we all agreed it's whatever you decide.
Okay. And I'm gonna look in that box and hope I, you know, don't veg out.
Looking immediately in, you do see that the illusion seems to be reactivated from it being dispelled. But you can try to peer deep and kind of look past it if you want.
As a note, he's looking in a different box.
Different box than they
Or
do.
different box? Okay, so
Yeah.
different box. Okay, so do you try to investigate it further? Yeah.
Yes.
Try to peer past. All right, give me the wisdom save, please.
All right. Ours looks in, and
Dealing with Calder, give him advantage.
no, if that worked, Ryan would have had advantage. I mean, he's known him way longer. Honestly, he ought to have immunity to psychic damage by now. Ours is going to use lucky for our roll. Oh, no, nice. Yeah, so that's a 23.
23.
And if that fails, I can use.
Favored by the gods.
All right. In that case, you gaze past and you watch as ours looks in, and ours, you see this complex pattern that moves in, and you feel as though you're being drawn into it deeper and deeper. And all of you watch ours shrink
What in
and
the
get pulled into the chest.
I guess that would work to keep him from being found.
Okay.
I want to see where he went, but I also know something bad happens when you look at the bottom of these chests.
And you find yourself, ours, in a massive maze.
Oh dear. So just stick to the left and move forward and then go left.
I thought it was right hand on the wall.
I'm pretty sure it's left.
Give me an investigation check.
And gonna use another lucky before I roll. And also gonna use guidance. Just having the ability to focus yourself through the non-average is great. Also because he needs it, because he has a +0 to investigation. And that's a nat 20 on the first one,
Nice.
with a total of 24.
Very nice.
Hell yeah.
As you keep your hand on the wall, you kind of finally find yourself walking towards what appears to be not the center, but just like a room. And in this kind of strange room, you see appears to be a blue crystalline heart that is inside of this glass container. It's gone over it, much like the rose from Beauty and the Beast, the type of glassed thing. And the crystalline heart floats in the center.
How beautiful. Hello? Hello? Is anyone there?
There's no answer.
Like, come in peace.
And
Oh.
leave in pieces.
I guess I am the sole resident. Ours is going to, he's not going to go like touch it, but he's going to kind of like observe it. Can he try and determine anything about its nature?
So you try to approach it. You sense yourself becoming untethered from the space. As you blink, you are standing outside looking at the chest. And the lid of the chest shuts. And you're with all your friends. All of you watch ours being expelled out of the chest.
Oh. Well, that was an experience.
Say something only ours would know.
I have a beauty spot underneath my left nipple.
I don't think any of us know that.
Whisper looks over at Obi.
You've been gone for 3 years.
You're full of shit.
Hey, he's finally learning.
Well, I survived. So
Or are you a clone?
I am not a clone, but
A
if I
clone would
was a
think
clone,
that.
it'd be a pretty awesome clone.
That's
But
what
if
a
you
clone
don't know
would
you're a
say.
clone.
Well, so I don't fully understand what it was, the nature of the thing, but so there's kind of bizarre pattern out there. It's definitely extraplanar in nature. I have no idea what flavor, but it's weird. I saw this weird pattern. My brain did not melt, but it sucked me into this weird labyrinth, and I got through it. And then there's this like weird, like crystalline heart thingy.
So where is it?
It's in the center, in this kind of like chamber.
Wait, you didn't grab a treasure that was in front of you?
I didn't know if it was treasure. I mean, and I was just I was just observing
Proud of
a moment.
Holy cow. You didn't immediately grab the expensive magical artifact.
Oh my gosh! It could have been a trap. I just took. Oh look! All I did was take like a second to
Okay,
look at it
That's
and
character
try
growth.
to figure the thing out before I went and touched it. Okay? I didn't want to touch a thing that I did not fully understand.
That's the fastest I've ever seen you learn a lesson. I'm so proud of you right now.
Thank you. It's very sweet.
Okay,
I
so
don't know. I don't understand. Why would someone put that in the chest? And what in the bloody hell even was it? I've never seen anything like it or read anything about anything like it.
There's a lot of stuff you don't know. You realize that, right?
There's a lot of stuff you can't read about either.
And this
Well-
isn't me like talking smack. Like there's just a lot of stuff we don't know.
Oh no, yeah, I agree. I understand. If there's anything I do know, it's the fact that we don't know anything. The planes are a
Extra
constant
in
mystery.
nature.
I don't.
You think we can get back there?
I mean, it seemed like it kicked me out. I think it's like pseudo sentient or something because I took a moment to just look at it instead of going to touch it, and it looks like I don't know. It got kind of, a little offended or something, and threw me out. So maybe we shouldn't trifle with it. Not for now, at least. Something to think about for later, though.
All right.
well, I'm glad you didn't die. And
Me too.
I mean, all in all, that was fairly successful. Everything considered. You got in, you learned something, you got out. That was better than I did. I just got a headache and a nap. A forced nap.
Well, we all have our talents.
So we gather whatever was on this chest is on all of them.
That would be making an assumption.
Yeah.
Right. It's at least
Never
on
do that.
And The other thing I worry about is now that we know what these can do and where they lead.
The
Taking-
question is if they all are the same labyrinth.
I was also thinking the same thing. I mean,
Because
they
if they're
could get-
different labyrinths and we all go into one and collect, like maybe it's a heart, eyes, lungs, and then we assemble a super being.
And you
it-
win.
it could be any number of things, but yes,
It could even be a god.
I mean,
That would be kind of cool.
it could. There's
Why? Why would that be cool?
Because then we'd be god put togetherers.
That doesn't necessarily. That could be terrible for the entire world.
Wait, are you?
Why did you
suggesting
automatically
gods-
assume that it would be good?
Wait, are you suggesting God
I'm
is
an
terrible?
optimist.
There are
we-
some gods that are terrible.
There are some gods that are great.
They're called the betrayer gods. Hello.
we reassemble a.
Nobody talks about them anymore.
We have entire cults.
I mean, it's because of laws, but nobody talks about them anymore.
Only in certain places. The rest of the world still talks about them.
Calder, I can guarantee that if you go to Nicodranus right now, like you will find at least every single person who lives in the streets has talked about a god at least once.
I was almost kidnapped by cultists at least 3 times the first week that I was homeless in Port Damali.
Did you try getting a home?
Well, I had one, but then my parents died, and the Myriad decided that it was free real estate.
Did your parents not have a will? That's weird.
They had a will, but we had to leave our first home to go to the second one.
Oh, must be nice to have a vacation home.
It wasn't a vacation. I was exiled from my homeland and separated from the entire rest of my family.
Then how did... Wait, Obi, were you just sleeping with his aunt? Is that how you knew her?
No. It was like
Wait,
see, I was about to say it's quid pro quo, but that wasn't what it was either.
what? What? Ryan?
I ran errands. I ran errands that were not of the most things nobles wouldn't do, but somebody had to do for them because otherwise things weren't taken care of.
Or a smuggler.
That's one word some people use. I like to call it a person who makes items
Transporter
more
of goods.
independent than they were originally.
Oh, well, I don't care about any of that. I mean,
See?
yeah, nobles can be shady.
So I gotta ask everybody. So what's everybody's thought with these chests? I mean,
They're weird.
Well,
what?
I guess my first question is: do we think any of these things need to be kept for the Heart of Draconia?
Actually, that's what I meant. Like, what do we? Let's talk about the stuff in the chests and not the creepy maze thing right this moment.
Matt, examining the Fey jewelry, does it seem like it belongs to a particular side? Or
Taking a moment, kind of feel these. You have a little bit of horror. These seems to be taken from like all types. Like
They were hella good thieves.
in fact, you don't think there's like a court, and there's a lot of courts. Like there's sub courts, minor courts, betrayer courts that might be missing. Like this person went to do a collection.
Nice,
Oh.
nice.
Whisper Psycho by.
Whisper.
They're all here.
Did you want that seed thing? Because like, I don't know if that'd be helpful to you. I'm kind of between the amulets we got, my awesome ring, and these gauntlets, and I'm still waiting for this. And I shake measure like I can't seem to get this thing to do anything.
I've seen
Swear,
it.
somebody's
things.
gonna kill me for nothing. I don't think the sword does anything besides this, and I grow an inch. But I don't actually grow an inch because it's an illusion. So I would be currently covered in snow, but I don't activate that right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
So like I don't know whether to give up like because it says I can't be disarmed, but like I have like I throw measure and I just like summon it back with my thing. Like
I have started training with this with the sword. So if you don't need it, sure. 'Cause it has to
Cool.
be one of us, right?
yeah, or we sell it. If like neither of us actually want, I just besides the fact that like it's fey in nature and like your guy gives you fey powers, whoever's giving me my powers is fey in nature,
Yeah.
but they haven't
they
revealed
totally
themselves
are.
to me. Wait, you're saying that like if I'm mistaken?
No. The person giving you power is totally fey in nature.
Oh, okay. So yeah, but you talked to yours right through that like doll that you showed us that one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have anything like that.
Oh. I will grab the doll and I will put it in front of the gems and just sort of move it over.
The doll
Yeah.
like moves its legs and it slowly backs away.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
So every court in the Feywild is represented by a jewel here. These are typically worn by nobles.
Is your guy like a super noble? Like he's above them all, so like these don't interest him?
No, he's not really part of the courts exactly.
So
Oh
he's
my
in
God.
exile. So he's just like ours. He's in exile.
No, he's independent.
What's the difference?
He wasn't
If
kicked out. He's
Either
always
way,
been
you don't have a
independent.
house.
Oh, he has a house.
So what you're saying,
You could be independent and not have a house. Children
that's
become
true.
grown-ups and become independent, and then they get houses.
some of them do.
So what you're saying
Well, you're
is
not a grown up, ours. You don't count.
they're as powerful as some of the Fey nobles, but is not a Fey noble.
It's as powerful as some of the Fey nobles, but does not believe in the politics of the Fey realms.
Okay.
You know, just like some people don't believe in the politics of kingdoms here.
Exactly.
So that's what I was wanting to bring up. Is you're saying that every single court is represented by one of the gems here. Like to me, is I don't really know anything about the Feywild beyond some of the fairy stories that I've heard, but the tales. But like if these were human noble like gemstones and jewelry, like there's some thief out there stole from every single noble family in the empire and then had it all here, like that'd be pretty crazy to me. But what I gather from what you're saying is this is like on a completely different level, so I don't even know what to do with that information. It seems like maybe kind of dangerous to get mixed up with.
I mean, yeah, I think that'd be fair. I mean, clearly we didn't originally steal them.
So what I'm hearing is if we go to each court and return them, they'd owe us a boon.
Assuming they believed that we were not responsible for taking them.
I mean, they can tell when people are lying, right? So we just tell
Also,
the truth.
it also depends on how he acquired them. Like, were the Fae left alive after he acquired them? He, she,
Oh.
they. We don't really know who this person
Yeah.
is.
Interesting.
What
Potential boons from every court.
Or potential problem.
Schrodinger's boon.
Who is Schrodinger?
He's a famous wizard. You haven't heard of him?
The one with the boon.
No.
He's really kind of annoying because he believes in that math stuff, and he's like, something this or something that, and math
so
this and math that. But not like you, Lark. Definitely, you're not
okay.
annoying. You're not annoying.
You know, the Archheart is also the patron of the arts as much as he is of arcane magic.
The who?
The god of magic,
Gods.
Corellin Lerethian.
Not familiar with him.
While everyone's talking, Alaric is over off to the side, kind of sitting on the floor crisscross, and he has all of the bits of torn parchment and paper and notes from the first treasure chest to see if he can like puzzle piece any of it together while everyone's talking.
Nerd.
Okay. Give me an intelligence check.
All right. Oh, it's a new day. I have my heroic inspiration back. Straight intelligence. All right. That's 16.
Okay, 16. Piercing.
Unless it's investigation, then it's a little higher.
Give me investigation. What would be with investigation?
Okay, then in that case, it's a 22.
22. Okay, you need spend some time trying to understand this deeper. You sense. So the person's notes is such that they didn't write like I am looking for blah 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 or something like this. Like it's not this type of deal. It was very secretive, very meant to try to put it so that it would be hard to understand what he was doing if anyone did find this. He took precautions to not leave things like that. However, here there's a sense in which it seemed as though there's one place after another that they searched for whatever it is they were searching for. And the biggest news to what it is 12 thieves. It's this note. And you get in handwriting that looks shakier, that you get must be maybe 40 years apart from the first time that they tried to search somewhere. There's it's in the word bloodlines with a question mark and exclamation point. And you can see that he has written the word, there's myriad with a check with like an X after it. Clasp with an X. And then Reverie, the question mark.
And that's kind of what I'm working on piecing together over the course of the conversation we're having about what to do with. And I'll kind of share my findings once at the end. But in the meantime, what else should we do with what's in the chests?
I mean, we got them open. So, I mean, the question really is, do we... I mean, we still want to bring these items to the heart of Draconia, right?
Matt, I try and do that connection. See if there's anything that we found so far that it appears interested in. Since a lot of it seems like it doesn't actually belong to
I'd be
Draconia.
interested in the music, actually, in the fiddle itself.
All right, so we know the music and the fiddle are definitely something then.
Yeah, so Whisper will close her eyes, and then she's like, the music. The heart is interested in the music and the fiddle. Everything else it doesn't seem to be interested in.
You see, do we feel like we need to take this back to the heart, or just keep it here in the city for safekeeping, so that it remains in Draconia?
Since we have moved in and are keeping lodgings here, I think it's okay. Plus, it's also within range of the other guardians. That's what I'm assuming. But I double check my feelings with the people.
Yeah. We've got before, if you're in possession of it, since you're considered guardians of Draconia,
Okay. Yeah.
if you're in possession of something, you're fine no matter where you would go. It's more this idea of giving it away. Seems to understand if you would try to profit from or try to give it away.
Okay. And then just one other thing, I want to make sure that I am correct in my understanding and am not misleading the group about the jewels. If we're caught with them by the Fae, that would be bad, right?
Yeah.
Really bad. If we're caught selling them, that would also potentially be bad if they're traced back to us. Got it. Thanks.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. And that's what I share with the group.
So what you're saying is we should put them back in the lead iron chest.
Yep.
And forget we ever had them.
Uh-huh.
Just to throw out ideas against the wall, I'm not studied. That's not true. I've studied religion, but I've never practiced it. So there's a bit of a disconnect there. But for those that do practice, is returning these stolen Fae gems like something that could curry favor with your deity?
Well, my friend didn't really seem like he wanted anything to do with them. I may have saw him backing away.
Oh.
You saw the doll form of him backing away.
Oh, I thought that was a marionette thing.
No. Sorry, this is the representative of my friend here.
Right.
So I talked to him, and when I talk to it, I am telling him about my day. He is hearing it.
Aw, that's so cute.
Yeah. And then I showed it the gems, and it started to back away. Very uncomfortable.
What about Orion and Calder's patron, their god or whatever, their idol? Would it be interested?
I don't know their full extent of their relationship with that power, but
I
I'm
don't-
pretty sure. I'm pretty sure.
Ooh, here, let me hold them. I want to see if there's a reaction.
Oh dear.
And I'm gonna try and get a reaction out of the stones.
Yeah.
See if one glows when I touch it or something.
Or is it going
All
to
the
back
jury and
away a
everything.
little bit?
Can I pick one for a specific court to hand Calder?
Sure.
You know which court I'm picking.
Yeah.
I hand it to him.
There's not any type of physical reaction.
Which one was this? You seemed eager.
Sort of the winter side of things.
Ooh, what about the fire one? Where's the fire one? Because you know that this, and I pull the fire torch out, but it's
What
cold.
are all of your words to activate the effects of that thing?
It'll activate though.
Just try not to.
I-
But you know
I
what they
write
are.
it down.
You-
I write it
they are.
down. Yeah, I write it down.
Do
There
those
you
sound
go.
like fire or winter things?
Yeah, but we got it out of the firebox.
Okay, I'll hand you summer. Summer things. Yeah, nothing happened. We should probably put that away. Close it up.
Wait,
That way,
look at all these other ones. What do you mean?
that way. I get the point you're trying to make, Calder. I really do. I see it. But we should probably.
Wait, do you
close
think I'm
it
gonna
up.
die?
No, I think that some fake creature, might be trying to track down these things and will appear and slaughter us all.
Boss! Boss!
BP?
All right, you see one of your kobolds running towards you.
Wait, who sees who?
Orion.
Orion.
Swizzles.
dear.
Boss. That stone started to vibrate.
Stone started vibrating?
Uh-huh. And what did that guy say? I touched it. It was in my head. It was really weird. Let's see. Trouble. Not safe.
For work?
Be careful if you come out.
Oh no.
You might want to hide. We're in there for tonight.
Okay.
Next
Oh, dear.
week. Next week we'll do my flashback to my conversation with Aldor.
Well, that would be yours with getting your thing up and running.
Yeah,
Very good.
I have a very fun idea.